Hello and welcome. My name's Alex Down and this is downonwine.com. So today I'm coming at you from the Mount Etna region of Sicily. Really excited to be here because, as a wine lover, I'm always looking for the next new thing, looking for an exciting region. And we all know about Chablis, we all know about Bordeaux, we all know about Napa. But it's good to keep things fresh. And recently I've read a lot more in the wine press. I've heard a lot more at tastings in London about Mount Etna. People are talking about Mount Etna, its potential, its ability to produce world-class wine. So I brought myself out here, 4 days, rubbing shoulders with producers, walking the slopes, trying to get a feel for the place. So I'm just going to give you a quick few minutes of Mount Etna, what it's all about and what I think of it, rather than reviewing a wine. But it'd be rude not to slurp something along the way, so let's get something in the glass. So this is a wine from the two indigenous grape varieties, Nerello Mascalese and Nerello Carpaccio, and just give it a quick slurp, make sure it's up to scratch. Okay, a good start. So the really cool thing about the Mount Etna region is, unsurprisingly, it's in very close proximity to the volcano Mount Etna, which with any luck you can see sort of just over my head there, smoking away. And the amazing thing about what that does, that volcano, is it creates an immensely rich mineral-based soil all around it. Although it's not bubbling away, thank God, it's continually just spewing out lava, some of which actually lands in the vineyard. Just looking around here, you can see, if I just grab a handful of dirt, you can see this is lava. This was once upon a time in that volcano, spewed in the air, lands in the vineyard, and it gives the wines this amazing sort of mineral, wet stone, like saline quality on the finish sometimes. And also it creates this amazing sort of rich mineral ecosystem in the vineyards. When we've been walking around, we've just been sort of knocked back by all these smells, wild mint, marjoram, thyme just growing alongside, not to mention apple trees, pear trees, just in space between the vines. It's amazingly rich, fertile soil, and so it really comes through in the wine. And one of the really interesting things about Mount Etna, this region as well, is the vines here have been growing for hundreds of years. So I've seen some of the oldest vines that I've ever seen, over 100, 125 years old, as opposed to so often what you see 30, 40. But what it does is it allows the winemakers to create a really rich and concentrated fruit. And for many years, until very recently, growers here would just either produce grapes for their own personal consumption, to make wine for their own household, or they'd be selling it more recently for bulk export. Cheap wines that just be mass produced. But now, for the first time, in the last 5 or 10 years, you've seen a class of winemaker that is focusing on quality, on excellence. They've seen the potential that this region has, and they've seen the rest of Italy producing great wines, and they know they can do a similar thing. So as I said, met a lot of producers. I've seen their passion, their belief at how good they can make their wines. And the wines I've tried, some aren't there yet. I've tried some bad wines, but in general, the quality has been very good. And more importantly, there's potential. It's only, as I said, the sort of quality wine industry, as we know it, has only been here for around 10 years, 5-10 years. So they've got a long way to go in terms of potential. And I really think if they can keep focusing on quality, that this region will have a heck of a lot to offer. So you can find these wines in London. You can find them in most retailers now, because a lot is being said about it in terms of the next big thing. So I really urge yourself to get out there. Ask your local wine merchant, do you have anything from Mount Etna? So very mineral-driven wines, often produced at high altitudes, sort of 750, 1,000 meters up. So the wines have good acidity, very good food wines. And I really think that if you give it a go, you'll enjoy them. So why not give it a shot? Here's to the next big thing, Mount Etna. Cheers.
It's been a long time